Fess up. Fess up. Fess up.
You call it advantages, I call losses and pain. Got loved ones, you need a plan. Don't worry, I got a man, and he be dropping them gems. Who, them? We, them. Now listen up while he talk to him. Talk to him. Listen, I'm your host for this next hour. My name is James Levesque. Listen, man, like I always got to say on this beautiful Sunday, this is nothing but God's work. You know, we're bringing you the gospel on the first and the third Sundays of each month, right? She's doing her thing in the medical field. Just brilliant. Folks, we got Miss Dr.Ang Ranjit. How you doing? You had to save somebody's life.
You know, and I don't know. I do remember after freaking out though, but in the moment, it's just like, help this person. Yeah. And I figured I could help. Have
you ever gotten in contact with this lady?
No, I have no idea what her name is. I don't even remember what she looks like.
You just did God's work and was like, I'm out of here. You a superwoman real quick. No. That's incredible, man. Because I keep thinking like, if I was put in that situation, because a lot of people say, this is what I would have did. But
right.
There's a difference when you're actually there and you have to actually put all those skills into work.
I agree. That's how I feel like when I watch NBA players and they're shooting like a 2-pointer or something, and it's like they're at the line. Yeah. And I'm like, that's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure.
You know?
But they're just putting the ball into the hole. That's nothing. You know what I mean? But except that it's in front of like millions of people and like
exactly.
You know what I mean? But you actually saved somebody's life, yo. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this, right? Mm-hmm. Describe the process of becoming like a doctor or a physician, right? Like, and also why a doctor when you was coming up, is that something that you always wanted to be?
So the process, like initially, you mean like education wise?
Yeah, like education wise. Like let's say if a young lady is figuring out like, I want to go into like, medicine. I want to learn about like, what's that process like? Cause you've gone through it.
So I think the best option, there's lots of different options, but normally people go get their undergraduate degree. Mm-hmm. You don't have to specialize in anything specific, but mainly science, geared towards science, because that's all you're going to be learning completely. And then after that, you got to write your MCAT exam, which is...
is that your boards?
No, it's like the entry exam to get into medical school. So you're going to write that exam. You're going to score high.
What's the score that you have to take, that you have to get?
It ranges all the time, but I don't even remember. I took that exam a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So okay. So you passed the MCAT.
Yeah.
Right? And then now what's next? Like you got to apply to a school. Did they receive you? Like how does that process go? You got to
apply with all your grades, your undergraduate grades, your high school grades. Yeah. And they also just want to see like, what do you do besides that? Like, do you help out? Do you volunteer? Do you, like they want to see that you have like another life. Like you're not just academic. They want to see you're all rounded. So if somebody is like, let's say if I'm like a C student, right? Maybe like a B, like a C student, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I really want to get into medicine. Can I still get into medicine being like a B student? Do I have to always have like grades, like high grades, like A's and stuff like that? Yeah, I know that there's like, I don't necessarily know if you need a C student per se, but, to get into the United States and Canada, you have to have a pretty high average. But if you could apply to the Caribbean, it doesn't mean it's like a low average, but a B student could get in. I don't know about C student though, because I did hear that like the criteria to get into medical school now has increased, especially since the pandemic.
So it's harder.
Yeah, and more people now want to be in healthcare.
Really, even after the whole pandemic,
especially because of the pandemic.
Yeah, because I was thinking, see, and this is the thing, right? A lot of times we get so like when we see like celebrities, we like, oh my gosh, it's whoop-de-whoop, blah blah, whoever the person is. Yo, oh my gosh, it's Drake. You know what I mean? Oh my God, it's Michael Jackson. But yo, God forbid something was to happen, right? Something was to happen, yo, them people can't do nothing for you. I get excited when I see doctors, lawyers, right? People who work at the supermarket. You know what I mean? Bakers. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it's crazy. Let me ask you this, right? How because I know your journey has not been easy. How have you been able to stay just motivated, man? And throughout this journey of studying medicine, becoming a doctor. How have you been able to stay motivated?
So something that I realized is having that faith in God.
Yeah.
Like, because every time that I lose that faith and I get off track is when I'm not motivated. So I think a big part is having that faith, having good people supporting you, a good circle, good energy. That will always keep you motivated because you're seeing your circle motivated.
That's important. Definitely having a good circle. You have a very unique look to you.
Do I?
Yeah.
Really? I thought we looked the same.
No, you got smooth skin. Like your skin.
Really?
Your skin is way smoother than mine. You know what I mean?
Yours is a little rigidy?
It's a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, where you from?
I'm from Canada. Thank you for
Canada?
asking. Yes.
I'm just saying, like, so every girl from Canada looks like you.
We all come in different shades. Some of us go in the sun. Some of us don't go in the sun.
Yeah.
But no, I'm Sri Lankan.
Sri Lankan.
Yeah.
Oh, where's that at?
It's in the country of Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka?
Yes.
So is that India? Like
no, we're not Indians.
What is it? Put me on like.
Listen, well, I call myself, an Indian Islander.
Yeah.
Because we're, we descend from India, but we're island people.
Yeah. Really?
Well, yeah, we're surrounded by a body of water. I'd like to assume it's an island.
Yo, so because the only kind of when I think of Sri Lankans, and sometimes too when people say I hear a lot of people say, oh, brown people, you know what I mean, or black people, or sometimes they intertwine where they say black and brown people. Let me ask you a question: do brown people rock with black people like that?
So I haven't talked to every single brown person.
Yeah. All right, but in your community, people that right? Like so even from the adults, the OGs, you know what I mean, to even some of the new schoolers, do they rock with black folks like that?
So I guess honestly,
yeah.
I don't think we're exposed enough to the culture for us to be more comfortable. This is not personal experience, but I'm just saying for most of the people that I know in our culture, I don't think there's enough black people in certain parts of Alberta, where I'm from in Canada.
Yeah.
But in Ontario and stuff,
yeah,
I think black and brown is all the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Black and brown?
I think so.
Yo, because I also be thinking when people say, oh, black and brown, but I be like, yo, like black, because my interaction with people who are brown, right, it's been very minimal. You know what I mean? And I don't know why that is, because there's a very big population of brown people in Massachusetts, especially in Cambridge. But yo, they got a lockdown on the 7-Elevens, dog. Yo, they got a lockdown on 7-Eleven. So every time my interaction with a brown person has always been, I'm at a 7-Eleven, I'm about to get a little Slurpee, one of the Slurpees, right? And then, yo, dudes is always they looking, you know what I mean? But then that's kind of my only interaction. But do you think do brown girls let me ask you a question. Do brown girls find black guys attractive?
Okay, so like I said earlier, question. I have not spoken.
How come?
To all brown women.
Okay,
but
yeah.
Okay, we're all females.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure, why not?
Yeah, because studies, right?
Studies.
Studies. Listen, I was watching CNBC, right, and it says studies show that girls, right, Indian girls, are attracted to black guys, right?
So-
is that true? Is that true? I don't know. Is
You're
that
gonna
true?
tell me you looked this up online.
Yeah. Yo, and I talked to no, I didn't talk to, but I was watching the Mindy
Mindy show.
the Mindy show,
Mindy show.
and she likes black dudes, yo.
Well, she had stated, I think, in an episode that
Yeah.
I think that you're talking about,
Yeah.
that black people love brown women,
Yeah.
or Indian women.
So what about you?
What do I like?
What do you like? What's your flavor?
Listen.
All right, let me ask you this, right? Let me
Okay.
ask you this. So let's say this, right? I want to ask you this question, right? Because, you know, you got a lot going on right now, school-wise, you know what I mean? You're in the field, you're doing your thing. Like, do you have time to date? Like,
Yeah,
you do?
yeah.
Okay.
If I got time to eat, I got time to date.
Okay. So let's say this, right? I'm gonna give you a scenario, and I always wanted to ask a lady that's successful or who's doing her thing, right? Let's say you meet a guy and he's well off, right? You know what I mean? Handsome, he's well off, and you guys, you know, are attracted to each other, and you know, you guys get married, right? And he's like, you know, you guys have a family, create this whole thing, and then now his thing is like, you know what? He's like, babe, I don't want you to work. You know, I want you to stay home and raise the babies. What would be your how would you feel about that?
Well, first of all, I'm not gonna have a child with somebody prior to not knowing this information.
Yeah.
I think this is crucial information
That
to
is
know
true.
prior to getting into a serious relationship.
Yeah.
For me specifically, like, I have worked so hard
Yeah.
for this career, and I'm continuing to still work hard for it.
Mm.
So I don't plan you know, just having children and wasting all that time, all that money to just sit around. Like, I think you can be both. I think you can be a family woman and also a working woman. Like, why can't you just have both?
I don't know. I think you could do both. I
Yeah.
think you gotta, but I don't know. I think like you definitely can do both, but also like, where's your base gonna be? Which one's gonna be your base? Is work gonna be your base, or is home gonna be your base?
Well, it
You know what
depends.
I'm
If
saying?
you have cool kids, then, you know, me. But if those
You got some
kids,
bad.
bad kids, work.
Yo. Oh my gosh. No, but because that's probably like a lot of, you know, I have friends of mine who, you know, who's gotten married, right? And their wife is successful, but then they're successful as well. So they're like, yo, you know, I just really want her to stay at home with the kids, and which I think like is a very, very, very important job. You know what I mean? But in today's society, somebody like, let's say that's in your position, that's worked very hard, you know, to put herself in that position. Where's that? What? That's the battle. You know what I mean? That's the battle. So what would you do, y'all? Let's say what would you like? Everything is paid for. You living in a luxury life. You don't have to do nothing. You know what I mean? You just chilling. Like, what would you do?
So everything is paid for?
Yo, you just gotta raise the
Gucci.
baby. You Gucci.
Okay. All right. So then, you know, that's a little bit different. You know, I'm gonna chill at home. I'm assuming that I still have something in my field
Yep.
that I'm taking care of.
Yeah.
So I'm not completely out of, healthcare. But hey, even if I am completely out of healthcare and, I feel like I'm still growing, I think I'm still learning, I could be doing something completely different tomorrow. Hopefully not tomorrow, but you know what I mean.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So really, like, what do you think? Because I'm trying to figure out, and I ask like a lot of successful career women, like, what do you think is like, the woman's like role in today's society? You know what I mean? Because I feel like, and then this is where the friction comes in. You know what I mean? Because we have roles, yo. You know what I mean?
So do you mean a woman's role in a family? Do you mean a single woman's role? Like,
all right, in that case, right, I would say a woman's role in a family.
okay, so you gotta hold down the fort.
Right.
You gotta check Billy and Tommy.
Yep.
Those are my kids' names.
Billy and Tommy. Billy and Tommy. Yo.
But you gotta make sure everybody's good. You gotta, I think, like, your role is to hold down the fort at home,
Mm-hmm.
and also be multi-talented where you are still running things at work. I think it's possible. I believe it's possible
To really do that?
Yeah.
So have you always wanted to be a doctor?
Yeah, I have actually.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Like-
since I can remember, at least.
Yeah?
Probably like 5, 6.
Because knowing you, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like you got so many talents, dog. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, yo, you like could be a very ill businesswoman. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just on a joint, like you know so much. But like, let's say all your family members, are they doctors?
Yeah, most of the people in my family are physicians.
Really?
Mhm.
So did you feel like that pressure to get into that field?
I think, and maybe in my early childhood, pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But as I've gotten older, I don't really feel the pressure necessarily anymore. But it kind of just became normal. You know, it's just normalized. Like, and growing up, it was like, you know, being around so many physicians, they would be always talking about like so many things healthcare related. So I was already like intrigued. But not necessarily pressure anymore. But now it's just, it's nice. I think it's nice sometimes to have somebody you can bounce off, you know, like medical situations with. And but yeah, I know it'd be kind of nice to talk about, you know, Cheetos or something.
Cheetos or something.
Yeah,
off.
something random.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I always feel like, yo, especially if you got like family members, right?
Mhm.
Close family, let's say like a brother or something
Mhm.
like that, and he's in that field.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, would that be like pressure for you as a younger sibling who's like, yo, bro's doing this? You know what I mean? And you know how like that sibling rivalry, because there's rivalry with me and my brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I give him that. That man's way smarter than I ever could be.
Define smart.
Like, yo, for me, there's smart and then there's intelligent.
Right.
Like, I feel like being smart is like, yo, you could study. Let's say if you study something, you got the ability to regurgitate it and to even pass like a test. Now, somebody that's intelligent is somebody that's like is setting up the table, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Who's setting up the table? Who might not know where everything is, but they set up the table. And now, let's say the smart person who's acclimated themselves can actually come in and add their energy towards it, and then boom,
Right.
something immaculate happens. You know what I'm saying? Which is both. I always feel like, yo, there's smart and then there's intelligent. You got both, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got both. I
appreciate that.
No both. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, yo, you're a very intelligent young lady that's like that knows how to, I don't know, man, you put things together. You know what I'm saying? You put things together, and while doing that, but then also you're able to, like, your schoolwork as well too, things that you're doing. Like, yo, a lot of people can't handle that. You know? Hey, listen up, folks. If you guys are watching online, please share that share button. You know what I mean? Don't keep all the information to yourself. Listen, if you're listening online or if you're listening on the radio, make sure you call in 617-282-0685. 617-282-0685. You're listening to Talk to Him Radio. I'm your main man, Jay, and I'm here with the lovely Angie, who is a medicine student. You know what I mean? She's in the medical field. And so let me ask you this, Angie, right? How do you feel about the vaccine? Because, yo, for me, right, I'm going to tell you, for me, like, I don't think I'm going to take that. I don't think so. I just feel like, yo, it's like something that's kind of rushed. And, like, yo, like, I don't know. It just feels like, yo, like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
You know what? Like, being in that field, like, how do you feel about that?
So I completely agree. Like, yeah, it does feel like really rushed and whatnot, but at the same time, it's just, you have to trust medicine sometimes. And I think being in this field, like, I really don't really have too much of a choice. Right. So,
how come you don't have a choice?
Because I'm going to be working around patients, and those patients are going to expect that their doctor is up to their immunizations. Right. So I think, I don't know, personally, I'm kind of conflicted, because some days I'm like, I would never take that. And then some other days I'm like, somebody get that from me.
Yo, how come that is, yo? Like, Pastor Wall, have you taken the how do you feel about the vaccine?
I knew I was going to be pulled into this.
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
At first,
Yeah.
my attitude was it's rushed.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about what happened to black people, all the history.
Yeah.
And then I received a phone call from a pastor who was organizing other pastors, and they had placed me on a list to receive it.
Mm.
So I had to make a decision, and I decided I walked by faith.
Yeah.
And then I heard a whole lot of white folk were coming into the black community to the Reggie Lewis Center
Yeah.
to get their vaccinations because they couldn't fit in the suburban community.
Wow.
So I began to relax a little bit and said, if all those folk are coming in from the suburbs, powerful people, to slide into the Reggie Lewis Center, I'm good with it. So I took the first shot, Moderna, and I have my second one coming up this week.
Did you have
Really?
any
And I
side
still
effects?
have one head.
Yeah.
I still have 2 arms.
Yeah. I thought a
Yeah,
third
it's
foot was
that.
about to grow, right?
No.
You know. No. You got, so no side effects.
No side effects, and there are a number of people, including my family, who said no, they were not going to do it, but they've made a decision to do it. Again, lastly, I had people who said to me, I'm going to wait until everybody else does it. And by the time it's time for me, everybody would have done it, so there's no need for me.
Yeah.
But people are changing their minds.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm kind of waiting to see everybody goes.
There's you and
know?
the other like 5 million people
Right, 5 million
Yeah.
people.
are just waiting.
Really.
So like, is
Well,
it
I can
really-
wait. I can wait some more. I'm not in no hurry, dog. I'm not in no hurry because it's like, yo. See, look, I just had somebody say, yo, don't take that dang vaccine. They're putting devices in there to control you.
Who
Right?
said that?
Yo, I don't know. Somebody
No,
just
but I
said-
mean, who said there's devices in there?
I don't know. That's what I mean. How do we? Yo, we don't know. We do not know. And I just feel like, okay, right? Like, yo, there's been so much diseases, so much, things that's been before. Like, how come all of a sudden there's a quick like this is just how a regular person thinks. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like I'm right or I'm wrong. I'm just here to ask questions. You know what I mean? I'm here to ask questions because I don't know. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, yo, okay, there's this. All right, there's this big thing that said this is from Wuhan, China. Somebody got hit with a bat. You know what I mean? The bat bit somebody. Right?
Hit with a bat?
You know what I mean? The bat bit somebody. Then all of a sudden, there's this whole thing from Wuhan, China, and then this whole pandemic starts. Right?
Yeah.
Schools cancel. Everything is happening. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Right? And then, boom, they got a vaccine. Oh, just like that, you guys got a vaccine, and then they're telling like, hey, you guys got to take this vaccine. All right, something's like, in my mind, it's like, okay, somebody who's had the COVID, right? Somebody who's had the COVID, like some people passed away from it, right? A lot of people, but then also some people lived. You know what I mean? Probably had some symptoms or whatever it is, and then they lived. So, like, how come there's this vaccine that just came up so quick, yo?
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? How come? You know what I mean? That's how I'm just asking this question because like it's like because it's gonna end up happening. It's just that like it's gonna be mandatory. You know what I mean? But then also it's like what about the kids? What about the kids? How you feel about that?
Well, I mean, there's nothing you can do
Yeah.
at this point. Like, you gotta just wait 5 years from now, 5-10 years, see if there's any long-term effects.
And that's the thing too.
Yeah.
That's the thing too about just waiting for like 5 years. You know what I mean? Because everybody's not gonna drop immediately. You know what I mean? And not to scare anybody that's taking it. Not to scare
Anybody in this room.
not to scare anybody. But we don't know. We'll wait and see what the side effects
But the
are.
thing is, you also have to keep in mind, it's 2021. Like, we are up to speed. We're moving up on technology and all these advances. Like,
So that means you're taking it.
does that mean that?
That means you take it because it's 2021. That means it's like, yo, I'm just gonna take it.
Yeah, that's between me and my God.
I feel you.
You know what I
Who's your God anyway?
I got a lot in my corner.
Okay.
But
So like Sri Lanka, so you're Sri Lankan,
I'm
right?
Sri Lankan, yes.
So what do you guys like praise to?
So in Sri Lanka, there's normally 2 different languages.
Yeah.
It is the Tamils and the Sinhalese.
Mm.
So I'm Tamil.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of Tamils are either Hindu, and then there's a lot that are Christian or Catholic as well. There is some that are Muslim as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, is there beef between the Tamil and the Sinhalese?
There used to be.
Really?
Yeah, there used to be wars back in the day. Now, no.
Like everything.
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, some people might
Yeah.
feel, kind of a type of way about the other side, but personally, not me.
Yo, so like, how do like? Okay, what was their? Do you know like what was their beef was about, or was it like light skin, dark skin,
Just
or
genocide.
really?
Yeah, like we were the minority.
Who was the minority?
The Tamils were the minority. So like even in the government, there was like maybe one Tamil person that was in the government as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the armed forces were, like the Sinhalese as well. But keep in mind, this is like back in the day.
Right.
And so yeah, it just kind of just started a war. I'm sure there's more to it.
Yeah.
But they started to kill our people, so we had to retaliate.
How?
I'm not saying these are my people.
Yeah.
Right? It's not me and my crew
Right,
that retaliated. But
Yo.
I don't know these people. Okay. They're not terrorists. I mean, there are terrorists.
Yeah.
But I don't know them.
Wow. So that's crazy. So would you consider yourself more like Christian or Muslim or
No, I'm a Hindu.
Hindu?
Yeah.
Okay. So with the Hindus, like what is like put me on? What do they kind of like believe in?
So
That,
we
like,
believe in a lot of different gods that
Right.
do different things.
So
So they'll be like, God of education,
Yeah.
health, so and so.
yeah, God of health, and then what? Like so, okay. Let's say, all right, you want money. So there's a money god.
There's a money god.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So how can I connect with the money god? How do I connect with the money god?
Well, you just pull up. Pull up. Just pray.
Yo, that is crazy.
You don't have to be a Hindu to
Yeah.
come to a temple.
Mm.
It's very spiritual. That's the thing about Hinduism. People probably don't even realize they practice so much Hinduism. Like, if you're doing yoga,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's on a mat or if it's on the floor.
That's Hinduism.
It's Hinduism. Meditation is Hinduism. Like, these things are all part of the religion, which has become, like, very spiritual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what is crazy? Like, as I hear you say that, for me, right, when it comes to, like, spirituality, like, I look at it as, like, for me, like, my foundation is God, you know what I mean? Like, Jesus, you know what I mean? That's what I was raised under. But also, as I, like, travel and I get more aware of certain things, I'm like, yo, like, I like to take a little piece of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like I get a little bit here, get a little bit there, get a little bit from my Muslim brothers, you know what I mean, Christianity, a little bit of even Hinduism, because, I practice meditation, and which has, like, helped me tremendously.
I agree.
Like, it's just, I just feel like, sometimes it's not just one God. You know what I mean? There's different ways to connect with them.
Yeah, and I think that we're, like, as Hindus, we're very open to that. We believe in, all gods. And I definitely relate. And I think also it's just about, like, good energy, good vibes. I remember I went to a church session with Pastor Hopkins. Shout out to Pastor Hopkins.
Shout out to Pastor Hops. Yes.
And he did such an amazing service.
Yeah.
And I felt like I didn't even need to be, a different religion to understand that.
Right.
It was just like the energy, the motivation, the vibes, and just being a human itself was just being in that presence. I think anybody could relate to that.
Yo, that is true, yo. But I think that's like, that comes from I think that's just spirit. That's just your spirit man. You know what I mean? Your spirit man sometimes recognize, yo, that's real. He's real with it. Because you could have went to somewhere else where it could have been like, well, yeah, and the Lord said, amen. You know, so like when you hear that truth, when you hear that word, it's gonna touch you. You know what I'm saying? Just like where even if like, you know, I'm getting with the Hindu gods, you know what I'm saying, and somebody is saying something in that, I might not even know what he's saying, but you could just tell the spirit is kind of like, oh man, this
Exactly.
dude, yeah, this dude is talking that talk. Listen, folks, if you're out here listening, shout out to everybody that's listening online. Make sure you guys call in 617-282-0685. Once again, 617-282-0685. And then also right now we're going to get into some of our sponsors. Shout out to everybody who's sponsored us. All right. Highly appreciate you. Now, if you want to do some sponsoring, all right, you got a product, you got a business, something you're looking to promote, all right, holla at your boy. All right. Talk to him, Jay. All right, you can hit me on the Instagram. You can hit me on my email. That's J, my last name, LEVEQUE, the number 3 at gmail.com. All right, you know, promote your business. But let's get to our sponsors. Talk to 'em Apparel. Shout out to the good folks out of Talk to 'em Apparel. They keep me crispy clean. All right. Also, we have the Whitening Bar. Teeth whitening service, all right, and their Instagram is at the whitening, WHITENINGBAR. Community Capital Gains, all right, Community Capital Gains. These folks are giving you strategies to help create your own business where you do not have to use your own capital. All right, Community Capital Gains, and their Instagram handle is at CCGains GAINS 2. All right, and then also we got Green to Clean Services, cleaning services, Green to Clean cleaning services, and their Instagram handle is Green 2 Clean LTD. All right, and that Talk to 'em Apparel is at TTEMAPPREL. All right. So shout out to anybody who's listening right now. And once again, folks, make sure if you have a question or if you have a comment and you just want to voice your opinion, okay, call us. All right. 617-282-0685. All right. And today we have Miss Dr. Angie Ranjit in the studio with us. How you doing? You doing all right?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
Yo, we've talked about so much, right? We've talked about so much, and like we talked about, you know, what the woman's role is in today's society. And let me ask you this, right? Because since you are dating, you know, and like, what do you like? Let's say this, right? You know, it's because you're somewhat attractive.
Somewhat.
Right? You're somewhat attractive.
Did he just hit me with the somewhat?
No, you.
Just, it's okay, yo. We don't gotta put a front on here. We know how you feel.
Yo, you fly, okay. You fly, young lady.
Thank you.
You fly. I gotta give you that. You fly, you know.
What?
And it's effortlessly fly. You know what I mean? You're not doing too much. You classy with it. You got white teeth, like right?
Thank you. I brushed my teeth.
Congratulations.
Shout out to the Whitening Bar.
The Whitening Bar.
Underscore the Whitening Bar.
So listen, right? Being an attractive young lady, how do you distinguish what guys you give your energy to? How do you distinguish that? Because I'm probably sure, you know, a lot of guys is in the DMs. You know, you got a lot going on. You know what I mean? You're attractive. How do you distinguish like what guys you give your energy to?
You just have to have that good energy, that motivation.
Yeah.
You know, like I think when you're on a certain path, you want to be talking to somebody, be dating somebody who's on the same path. Or maybe he's already experienced that path. Somebody who can teach you something. Somebody who's going to guide you. And I think at the age that I'm at now, you're just looking for somebody who's going to help you achieve those goals, motivate you, and just all around just have good vibes, good energy.
Yo, so you saying that it seems like you're a young lady who's willing to listen and take instructions. You know what I'm saying? Because if, somebody who's, who has that energy and who's like, yo, you know what? I think you should maneuver this way. I think you should maneuver that way. So are you going to, is it, because, you're successful in yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to listen to this person. But what is it that makes you be like, you know what? I'm going to take that advice.
Well, you respect him.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't respect your man,
Yeah.
why are you with that man?
How does a woman respect a man? Like, what is it that a woman like could do that you'd be like, yo, she lost respect for you? Like, yo, like, let's say if you're talking to your bro, right?
Yeah.
Your bro, and your bro's telling you, whoop de whoop, blah, blah, blah. What can a woman have to do, right? And then she'd be like, yo, dog. Yeah,
I think you gotta sometimes look good for your man. Maybe not every day.
Yeah.
I understand. I don't want to get ready every day either.
Right.
Once in a while, look decent. Take care of your man.
Yeah.
You gotta cook for him. I think that's huge.
Cook.
Like, just showing that you can take care. I know, like, people think, being domestic is, like, against, female independence.
Right.
But, I mean, I personally think, just taking care of him. Showing him that you can be there for him. That's what they really want.
Yo, do you think, like, the fact that, like, okay, let me ask you guys, did you grow up in a 2-parent household?
I did, yeah.
So you seen that, like, kind of like almost like, I wouldn't say submission, but almost like kind of like your mom, like taking care of your dad.
Yeah.
So, like, do you think that's what's kind of missing in today's world? Like, and especially with women sometimes.
Well, if I'm being honest, I don't think that's the reason.
Yeah.
I think that women want to do that. But then, unfortunately, I think maybe sometimes we are dating the wrong men, which allow us not to do those things. Because you don't deserve it, okay? If you're not a good man, you're not going to get these things.
I agree. I agree.
So
listen, if you ain't got no job, okay, if you ain't, not even that you ain't got no job, if you're not being productive, you know what I'm saying? Not being productive, even if you don't have a job, right? Even if you don't have a job, you can't just sit in the crib, sit on the couch, and your girl goes to work, and when she comes back, you still on the couch.
Yeah.
It's not a good look for you.
It's not cute.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
really not.
That's not a good look. At least the thing you should do, like, listen, I don't know what anybody's situation out there is, but I just had it in my heart to just say this, okay? Let's say if you're in between careers, you might be going through a little hard time, and you got a lady, right? And she's working, right? And let's say you go out. She's about to go out, and you're staying on that couch. When she comes back home, you better not be home. You got to be out doing something.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And if she does, right? If she does come home, you got to make sure you have your bath water running, right? Have dinner cooked. You know what I'm saying? Clean the crib. You know what I'm saying? Wash the dishes. And if you have the babies, you got to make sure the babies is clean. Because you know what it is? You're showing like, yo, you're responsible.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You're showing that you're responsible. Like, yo, I can hold my own. I'm just going through something right now at the moment. I might be, but you got to make yourself useful.
So where do women find these men?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because this sounds great.
Listen, I'm just saying. I don't know, but I know. Like, listen, if I'm in between jobs, right? Because as a man, we want to provide and we want to protect, right? We want to provide, but for whatever reason, the job market, you might be going through that transition. It happens, but how do you still keep that respect factor in your household?
Well, are you actively trying to find another job?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you have to be actively trying to find another gig, right? Or starting your own business, but then also you got to show your girl like, yo, I ain't no slouch. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm a dude, I might broom. You know what I mean? I might wash the dishes.
You can't be hanging out with your boys all the time.
Can't be doing that.
It's not cute.
I
don't want to be hanging out with you and your boys.
That is true.
All the time. Once in a while, okay, hey, hello, hi, how's it going? It was nice. Every day.
Yeah.
No.
I agree.
Like, your boys aren't your life.
Right.
Shout out to all those people.
Yeah, I mean, I think like every man goes through that phase. You know what I mean? Every man goes through that phase, but there's a difference between, boys and then there's men. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, men move a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying?
do.
They absolutely do. Now, ladies and gentlemen, okay, if you're listening, all right, continue on. This is the section that we like to call "What in the Wakanda Was You Thinking?" All right, this section is called "What in the Wakanda Was You Thinking?" I don't know if you guys ever heard this before, but in the news, China has made anal COVID-19 swabs mandatory for all foreign travelers arriving in the country, a report said Wednesday. The government has claimed that such tests provide a higher degree of accuracy other than screening methods for the virus. All right. Now, as part of the new travel requirements, there will be testing hubs in Beijing and Shanghai airports, the outlet reported. What in the Wakanda is you thinking? Who is going to be taking anal swabs? All right, and how is this happening?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess like because this is crazy. What in the Wakanda? Like,
That is crazy.
like this is really this is news. You know what I mean? Like in the airport, we're gonna have to swab you. Like instead of swabbing,
crappy.
that's that is very crappy.
It is.
That is very crappy. But this is the world that we're living in now. You know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
the world that we're living in, and it's crazy.
Well, the Chinese, they always be like one step ahead of the game.
They do. They
so,
do. I wonder if that's gonna happen in if that's something that's gonna happen in the United States or in Canada.
Well, you better get ready.
Yeah, make sure you got clean underwear.
We're in a belt.
Yo, make sure you got clean underwear because that is crazy. When I was reading that, I was like, yo, this is something that's like it's foreign. You know what I mean? This is crazy. Like it's foreign. Like how can they do that to somebody? Ain't that like a part of like your rights? Like
What's your anal?
yeah, like yo, we gotta.
Anus.
And who's doing that? Who's doing that swab?
Great job.
You know?
Is that only at the airport?
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
it's only at the airport. It says as part of the new travel requirements, there will be testing hubs in Beijing
Yeah.
and Shanghai airports. The outlet reported.
I just got my bus ticket. So I'll be traveling by bus. Okay.
Listen, I'm not going to China.
Well, thank
And
God
it's-
I've already been to China.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What other spots you been?
I've been to a couple places.
Really?
Like, are we going through the map?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, what, you been to China? I never been to China.
To China. I've been to Beijing.
Really?
I haven't been to Shanghai though.
How was that? How was the atmosphere there?
Oh, it was so cool.
Really?
Yeah, it was really cool.
Like, what's your favorite?
What was my favorite about
Like,
it?
like your favorite spot? Like, is it Beijing, Shanghai,
I've
or did
never
they
been to
all
Shanghai,
have?
but,
Or they all have their different vibes.
Yeah, I really like Beijing. Beijing vibes was good. Hong Kong was good. Hong Kong was very like New York-ish,
Mm.
So I really enjoyed that.
That's crazy. I've never been. You know,
Yeah.
well, I'm not going anytime soon.
Yeah, like,
If I am not trying to go anytime soon. If I have to, take an anal swab, like, no, I'm straight, yo. I might just go to Atlanta. Might
you
just
probably
keep
get one of those there too.
nah, dog. This, I think there's a better way.
Yeah.
There's got to be a better way where people can, do what the government can do what it needs to do.
Yeah.
People can do what it needs
Well,
to
I
do.
mean that's what.
But
they're
then also
doing the
not shame them.
Yeah, I think that's what the vaccinations is for.
But how about people who's not taking a vaccine?
Well, I think they're gonna eventually make
Right.
that mandatory though.
Huh?
To travel, I think they're gonna end up making it mandatory at some point.
I don't know. Let me ask you this: what do you think? Right, since you've been on two different parts, you've been in Canada, and then you've been to the United States. What's the difference? What's the biggest difference from the States and in Canada, like culturally?
Culturally.
Yeah, like what's the biggest difference?
So I think it would depend on like where in the States.
Mm.
I mean, like if you're in New York, I feel like New York is very similar to Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so many cultures. It's like one big melting pot.
Mm.
But yeah, like other places of the country, I would say it's different.
Mm.
Like there's a lot more. I feel like immigrants in Canada because I think they make it easier to come to Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
How come that is? Like, there's
cooler people
out there in Canada.
Yeah.
I don't know, dog. Like, I think Canadians are cool. You know what I'm saying? I think, and I was having this conversation with one of my boys, right? I was having this conversation. He was talking about rap, right? And I was saying, like, bro, like, Drake got as much hits or even better hits right now to me than Jay-Z does. You know, and he got, cause dudes love Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? And I love Jay too. I love Jay-Z. I think he's phenomenal. But like from where I'm at in my life, and I'm thinking about things that I have experience in, I've never, some of the things that Jay talk about is like, having certain things in the back of his car, riding on the I-95. I've never experienced that. You know what I'm saying? Drake talks about heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? Drake talks about love. Drake talks about, sometimes he gets to the hardcore things too. You know what I'm saying? But like, Drake is really nice,
Yeah.
Drake is really nice. Like, I really vibe to his music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not even on some, like, it's just like, this dude makes awesome music,
Yeah.
Like, you like Drake?
Oh, I love Drake.
Really? What's your favorite song?
Headlines, I guess.
I never heard that.
That's like one of his earlier songs.
Really? Headlines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Drake is like, once everything's said and done, I think he's going to be bigger than Jay. You know?
I just think Drake is, he put Canada on the map, first of all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how nobody knew that Canada was on the map prior.
Yeah.
But he really put Toronto, Canada big. But yeah, he just, everything that he talks about is real.
It's real now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's sometimes
it's very catchy.
It is.
Like, I really don't be like pressing Drake songs ever.
Yeah.
It's just, I end up knowing all the lyrics because it's on the radio a lot or it's very, very catchy.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, I you know what I like about Drake too is the fact that like he really puts his emotions on the on track. You know what I mean? I feel like as a musician you have to do that. And you know what I like about him too is the fact that he does it for a newer artist. He does it discreetly. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like some artists now, it's just open. You know what I mean? It's just open with it. But now with Drake, I think like he speaks more discreetly. You know what I mean? With something that he's going through or whatever it is. And I think like, that's fire.
Like it's not as vulgar.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know what I mean? I feel like even with today's artists, like who's like one of your favorite artists other than Drake that you like?
I love Pop Smoke. R.I.P. to Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke.
I love Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke, yo. Pop Smoke is nice, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just started listening to Pop Smoke, and I feel like that's so sad, yo. That's so sad. Like when you think of that, it's like like it's sad because it's like like here's this person who's probably worked very hard to get to that point in his career. Then boom, all of a sudden, it's like we take him out.
That's it.
We take him out.
And we got lucky to get that soundtrack of his.
Yeah.
And then that was it. Like, now all we got is just the last bits of those.
Yeah.
And I guess the movie, Boogie, right? Is that
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you see that?
I haven't seen Boogie yet. You want to watch Boogie?
I like to watch Boogie.
You trying to boogie?
I like to boogie. You know what I'm saying? I like to boogie. You know what I mean? So, hold on. Are you actually be on a date right now?
It's 2021.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask you on the date.
Yeah.
But will you pay?
Will I pay?
Yeah.
What you asking me?
So I'm just asking you to hang out. I'm asking you to financially support the hangout.
Yo.
Is that a yes?
Yo, all right. I got a couple of dollars.
A couple?
I got a couple of dollars.
I need a little bit more than a couple.
All right. You know what? Yo, you know where we'd like to go? You like to eat?
Yes, I like to eat.
I'll take you to my favorite spot.
What is it? It's Asian, isn't it?
No. No. Yo, it's filet of chick. Filet of chick.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Filet of chick. You like Chick-fil-A?
I do like some Chick-fil-A. I'm not
You
gonna
know.
lie, but I ain't trying to go to Chick-fil-A for
Why
the
not?
first date.
What's wrong with Chick-fil-A?
There's nothing wrong with Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is bomb.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like deluxe, not deluxe.
Yeah.
You know, but like I'm the type of girl you take out for a glass of wine. You know, you gotta wine and dine.
See, this is the
women.
process. See, this is the process, right? This is the process. See, like, I like to go through a process. See, like, I'm not just gonna wine and dine you, and I'm like, yo, hold on, let's take her out to fillet a chick. You know,
Chick-fil-A. Are you trying to spice it up? Here?
also known as Chick-fil-A. Okay, I'm not gonna take you. We go to Chick-fil-A. Let's see what's the mood. What's your conversation like? You know what I mean? What's your conversation game like? You know what I mean? Because I like to be stimulated mentally. You know what I mean? Like, what's your conversation like? And then while we doing that, we eating. I'm getting to know you, and then we'll see how it goes. Then, if there's a next date, right? You know what I mean? If there's a next date, then I might take you to my other favorite spot.
Which is
You really want to know?
yes.
Wendy's.
Yeah. I had a feeling you was going to say something like that. Okay, first of all, you could class it up a little bit. Why gotta be Wendy's and Taco Bell? Take the girl to coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Starbucks.
Yeah, go to Starbucks at least.
Nah, but I like Wendy's though. I like Wendy's.
Like eating over like
And then the
a
third-
Baconator is not cute.
I'm just who's trying to be cute? I'm trying to get to know who it is that
Yeah,
I'm.
get to know some coffee.
Yeah.
A nice latte. Lattes is sexy. Not, like a burger.
No, who said I'm gonna get a burger? I might just get some chicken nuggets. I might just
The
get
spicy
the
nuggets.
spicy nuggets,
I-
right? With the dip sauce, right? With the sauce, and I gotta see how you eat the nuggets too,
What?
because sometimes you might just dip the nugget, and then I'm like, oh, look at the way she chew, right?
Yeah.
But if you dip the nuggets, you like, and then
So
you
now you're
chewing.
judging.
I do judge. That's the whole point of a date.
All right.
You know what I mean? You
Well,
judging me.
I'm already judged you because of you're going to Wendy's.
Yo.
So we're not gonna go.
So you got to think, number one, right? We only got like 2 minutes left. Wow, time's been passing by. So you got to think, right? Like, number one, like, this man saves some money, right? He's frugal.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, okay, like, it's a
He's
process.
cheap. That sounds cheap.
That's cheap?
Yeah, for the first date, I'm sorry, that's cheap.
Why is that
Take me
cheap?
somewhere nice.
Why?
Like, get to know me. Like, let's sit there. Let's have some vibe. Don't, like, we're not going to, have this over well, we can have it over a Sprite.
Right.
But I just think that's cheap. It's not cute.
You don't think so?
No.
Why? I just think, like, it's kind of fly. You know what I mean? It's kind of fly for a first date.
For a first date?
Yeah.
Really? I think that's maybe second date. Lunch.
Lunch. Yo, folks, thank you so much for listening. All right, thank you folks so much for vibing with us. Don't forget, our next show is going to be on the 21st of March. All right, that's 2 Sundays following. And before you leave, I also like to make sure I leave you with a quote. All right, my thing is that I don't give no person that much power over my path that I'm walking. Not one person can make or break what I'm doing except me or God. I'm your main man, Jay. Live, love, light. Thank you so much, Dr. Ang, for rocking with
Thank
me.
you.
I'll holla. Peace and
Peace.
blessings.
Festa.